Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Hope Wheat, and I currently serve as the chapter president of the Iota Mu chapter of Phi Theta Kappa on PRCC's campus. As many of you are aware, one of the most significant developments in recent technology is artificial intelligence, which is commonly referred to as AI. While AI has been around for decades now, it has been developing far faster than we could have ever imagined. Now it can go so far as to make music, generate realistic images and videos, and spit out an entire essay within seconds. The lengths to which AI can go today are incredible. For example, we have a prompt that we can put into ChatGPT in order to create a menu spreadsheet for the week. So if we click the enter on this prompt, it creates an entire meal plan, and then from here you can even take some of the meals that it gives you and it'll give you recipes for them. And next, my colleague Alexis Richardson is going to show you another way AI is commonly used today, generating images.
Good evening, I'm Alexis Richardson. Today, through the use of Flux Pro, I'm going to show you how an AI-generated image can look incredibly realistic and easy to create. So as you can see from the image, AI can generate and create lifelike and creative photos in under a minute. An image that might take hours or even days to edit in Photoshop can be done in minutes. While on the surface, these images, prompts, and music created by AI seem harmless. They can actually cost the environment and even consumers like you and me.
That's right. First though, what is AI, and what is it powered by? Artificial intelligence is a computer system capable of performing complex tasks that humans typically do, such as those requiring advanced reasoning and problem-solving skills. It's designed to make our lives much easier and is used in many ways. This includes, but is not limited to, facial recognition, generative AI, which is what we will be discussing, robotic vacuum cleaners, and even voice assistants such as Siri and Alexa. Every time you talk to your phone, let your vacuum start another automated run, search Google, or even unlock your phone, you're using a form of AI. However, we will be focusing on generative AI. Generative AI is defined as artificial intelligence designed to produce output, especially text or images, normally requiring human intelligence, typically by applying machine learning techniques to large collections of data.
Artificial intelligence is powered by the use of data centers, which are giant facilities that house incredibly powerful computers, or their brains, that store, manage, and process an immense amount of digital information. The systems help ensure that the data AI pulls from is safe and assist in processing the prompts input into each website. Data centers are used for much more than simply AI, as they help to keep websites, apps, and online services running. For tonight, we will hone in on the data centers specifically used by AI. These data centers use massive amounts of water to cool the computers and prevent them from overheating, primarily due to the intense amount of data processing and searches they perform daily.
Data centers used by AI have been known to tap into freshwater resources, especially in recent years, to cool their computers. Large data centers, built for companies like Google and Meta, can consume a lot of water per day. AI data centers can consume up to 5 million gallons of water per day, according to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute. That's a lot of water. Freshwater isn't exactly a renewable resource either. It's finite, and only about 0.5% of all of the water on Earth is suitable for human consumption. Therefore, this extreme amount of water used is harmful to our environment. Unfortunately, we cannot just reuse this water either, as the extreme heat of the computers causes much of it to evaporate. What's left of it is far too little to be recycled, as 80% of the water evaporates throughout the process. And oftentimes, this water is just recycled to cool the computers again.
The data center's effect on water consumption isn't the only factor that affects the environment either. AI is worsening our carbon footprint by the day. Many data centers operate on fossil fuels, which account for 2.5 to 3.7% of global greenhouse gas emissions as of 2023. Without proper regulation, this carbon footprint can only increase, meaning that the tiny prompt you put into a resource like ChatGPT will ultimately contribute to something as significant as global warming. In addition to the carbon footprint and water usage, the amount of electricity these centers use is massive.
This image with houses is from a center in North Virginia. It's not photoshopped at all. That's how close the data centers are to suburban neighborhoods. The interviewee on the screen is her name is Kay Richards. She lives within a mile radius of 14 data centers. Light and noise pollution around data centers can also become a significant problem in the near future. While much of the direct impact on AI has not been fully studied, data centers could potentially create sensory danger zones. According to the National Wildlife Federation, sensory danger zones are areas where light and noise pollution affect and disrupt the species and natural wildlife. Light pollution, for example, disrupts the dynamics between predator and prey species, as well as disrupting circadian rhythms, interfering with navigation, and affecting migration patterns, among other effects. We see examples of light and noise pollution in our urban cities. If you've ever visited a large city, such as Atlanta, New York, or even Jackson, you will likely notice a lack of animals within city limits. The animals that are there, however, are much more likely to interact with humans, which is why you see animals like rats and pigeons in New York. They thrive when humans are the reasons why they're fed. Not only are animals impacted by light pollution, the residents in these neighborhoods are as well. Noise pollution affects local residents, as the constant hum of servers and the sound of cooling systems can reach a decibel level much like that of a leaf blower. This nearly constant noise will directly affect locals in the area, as it has been linked to sleep disturbance, anxiety, elevated stress levels, and in more severe cases, hearing loss.
Artificial intelligence can also have a significant impact on our economy. According to Pew Research, the United States reached a record high in energy consumption last year, with over 4% of that energy attributed to data centers. This is equivalent to 183 terawatt hours of electricity, and while it may seem like a small number, it represents the annual electricity demand of the entire nation of Pakistan. By 2030, this amount is said to grow by 133% when we focus on AI-specific data centers. It is estimated that they consume as much electricity as 100,000 households. This number is expected to increase as the data centers expand. 60% of this energy is used to power the servers and computers that process and store the information. The special chips that AI computers use consume more energy than traditional computer chips, which is between 2 to 4 times as many watts. This is significant as excessive energy usage drives up energy bills for local residents. For example, in states like Illinois and Ohio, which have 244 data centers and 193 retrospectively, their electric bills have spiked by as much as 16% over the past year. But that isn't just a concern for those states. This is happening everywhere and may very soon be happening to Mississippians. A new data center is scheduled to be built in Brandon over the next year. This data center is projected to span over 600,000 square feet with a power capacity of 116 megawatts. Once opened, it could spike electric bill costs just as those in Illinois and Ohio did, costing locals for the electricity that they are not even using.
Alongside this, artificial intelligence can also have a negative impact on jobs, on both a local and a national scale. Due to the rapid development of AI, many jobs that require repetitive and routine tasks are seen as replaceable. In more urban cities, for example, fast food employees are being replaced at the drive-thru by generative AI. While these artificially created employees still occasionally require human intervention as AI rapidly develops, it is likely that human employees will be replaced once it's developed enough. This poses a risk for those who may not be able to find another job, placing them at risk for unemployment. Though fast food workers are not the only ones at risk of this. Data entry, sales, and other customer service jobs, as well as roles in fields such as graphic design and freelance writing, are all at risk of job displacement. Many of these jobs are considered entry-level as well, which poses as a threat for those just entering the workforce. After all, if AI does the job better than recent graduates, then there's no reason to hire those who may seem like a potential risk. Job displacement affects everyone in the nation, and can hit hardest in states where unemployment is already high. While Mississippi ranks 29th now, which is middle of the road, if AI continues to rapidly develop without regulation, there is an increasingly likely probability unemployment will rise here.
However, there are also a few positive impacts. For example, AI is projected to enhance productivity within the workplace and the broader economy. While only 5% of the workforce currently relies on AI, those who do report a boost in productivity and wages across the board. Even though it is still unpredictable exactly what generative AI will do for the economy, it is becoming increasingly likely that it will help boost the economy.
AI is also beneficial to our day-to-day lives. How many of you use generative AI weekly, whether that be through Google's AI Overview, ChatGPT, Grammarly, or other various forms of AI? Chances are it's a lot of you. And how many of you feel as though it benefits you on a day-to-day basis in some way, shape, or form? Chances are it's a lot of you. AI helps to improve the lives of its users in various ways, whether it be by assisting with spelling and grammar checks, generating lists for routines, summarizing Google searches, and more. As mentioned earlier, it helps to boost productivity, which is applicable both at home and inside the workplace.
Now that you have heard about the adverse effects along with the benefits, you may be asking yourself, how can we mitigate these drawbacks while still utilizing AI for good? After all, the consumption rate for data centers is primarily out of our hands, as much of the environmental impact falls on the companies rather than the consumers. There are many ways. First, we need to limit our personal usage of artificial intelligence. As the popularity of generative AI increases, companies view this as an ultimate opportunity to expand and build more data centers, which in turn means increased water consumption. Limiting AI usage to necessary times implies that companies will be less inclined to build data centers, which indirectly helps decrease the water consumption rate. Even with limited usage, we do know that AI is the way of the future. It isn't going anywhere. So what can we do to mitigate the negative aspects so that we can continue using it for good?
One way we can start is to contact your local legislators and urge them to regulate the use of artificial intelligence. The United States currently lacks comprehensive AI regulation, meaning that it is up to those who wish to affect change to use their voices, people like you and me. We will link a packet containing a list of legislators to contact on our website. If you do contact the legislators, be sure to emphasize the importance of AI regulation. If we leave AI unregulated, it will only further exacerbate environmental impacts, contributing to a rapid decline in clean drinking water and a significant increase in greenhouse gases. Therefore, it is pertinent that you use your voice and raise your concerns to local legislators. For example, the European Union has banned AI practices deemed manipulative, requiring companies to inform users whenever they interact with a chatbot or view AI-generated content. The United Kingdom has created 4 categories of AI based on the potential danger they may pose, and enforces its own ban on any kind of harmful content created by AI. Overall, AI has its positive and negative impacts. While AI can positively impact day-to-day lives and the overall productivity and economy, it has several negative drawbacks that will affect us in the long run. Without proper regulation, we will never truly rein in this exponential growth, which will ultimately harm the environment around us.